Minutes for an opening statement.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. So my state is defined by its clean water. From the Puget Sound to the hundreds of lakes and thousands of miles of rivers and streams throughout Washington. Washingtonians know that protecting these rivers, streams, and wetlands takes work and attention, and that the health of one body of water is intrinsically connected to the health of another. Our waters and water-related economy depend upon the protections of the Clean Water Act and its pollution prevention programs. It is more effective and less costly to prevent pollution than to clean up pollution. That's true in my state. It's true in every state and territory. The Puget Sound has several programs and authorities dedicated to its recovery, but even with these investments, progress remains slow. Improved water quality is the foundation of recovery and is essential to other goals like habitat restoration, increasing species population, and improving the resiliency of the Sound. So when this committee passed the Clean Water Act over 50 years ago, members recognize the effectiveness and importance of comprehensive pollution prevention measures rather than simply investing in pollution cleanups. In passing the CWA, Congress specifically noted that the state-by-state, go-it-alone approach was, quote, inadequate in every vital aspect, end quote, and left waters severely polluted and expensive to restore. So for decades, Republicans and Democrats shared these bipartisan principles to achieve clean water, to maintain a strong federal-state partnership to protect our waters, to stop pollution from entering the system in the first place, and to support a robust federal floor of protections while allowing states to do more but not less. And last Congress, we passed the bipartisan infrastructure law, affirming our commitment to improving our infrastructure. The BIL included significant investment in our water infrastructure, providing $13.8 billion in federal dollars for upgrading our wastewater systems, preventing pollution discharges, and supporting restoration programs in places like the Puget Sound, but many other places as well. These investments are critical, providing a lifeline to communities across the country struggling to maintain water quality. And members who voted for BIL voted for clean water. And such a large federal investment requires careful oversight to ensure congressional intent is met. On that, we have agreement. Communities are best served if agencies get the program set up and get those funds out the door quickly. On that, we also have agreement. Where we diverge, however, is using these investments sometimes as an excuse to weaken the Clean Water Act under the guise of expediting projects. We'll hear testimony today about how project delivery reforms that may sound good can have an adverse impact on water quality. Clean Water Act investments have led to significant progress in restoring the chemical, physical, and biological integrity of our waters. Still, a lot of work remains to be done. EPA data indicates that the percentage of impaired waters is back on the rise. Impaired waters are those that do not meet water quality standards, and today, a leading cause of impairment is excess nutrients. I think almost everyone on this committee has water bodies in their district that are threatened by harmful algal blooms and other algal growth fueled by excessive nutrients. As we saw on the map from NOAA, there are harmful algal blooms outbreaks across the country. Florida, the Chesapeake Bay, the Great Lakes, and of course in the Pacific Northwest, we all have significant outbreaks. Virtually no region is untouched. So I can't support weakening clean water protections and increasing the chance of excess nutrients and pollution entering water systems. So I urge my colleagues representing affected regions on this map to think through what weaker protections means for constituents. This is just one example of a growing water quality problem. Removing or weakening protections now will cost more in the future, even without other factors making the situation worse. Yet we know that climate change threatens our water supply, water quality, and water ecosystems. So other factors will come into play. So now is not the time to retreat on the goals and intent of the Clean Water Act. I encourage ideas to get the bipartisan infrastructure law funding to our communities faster, but ideas that put polluters over people and saddle the public with the cost of cleanup are not sustainable. I thank the witnesses for joining us today. I look forward to your testimony. With that, I yield back.